Hi everyone, it's Alexandra and welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas or a Happy Hanukkah or whatever holiday you celebrate. It's a wonderful time of year. And I'm back with another video now that I have a week off from work and stuff. I've kind of been getting back into really diving into my bullet journal, and I was setting up for January in 2017, and I can't believe next week will be in a brand new year with endless possibilities and a new sense of hope and optimism. And so I want to show you how December has gone for me so far, and a couple of things that I am planning on doing for 2017, how I set up, how I basically kind of resetting my mind to gear up for a new year, and kind of looking forward with a new sense of purpose, of having that drive to get my goals accomplished for 2017. And so I'm going to go over a couple of the spreads that I've put into my bullet journal, in addition to a couple of other things that I'm going to use to really just kind of remind myself of what I want to do in the new year. So let's get into December really quickly here. If you saw my December setup, I did a whole very bright, cheerful kind of Christmas vibe, obviously. Just so if you saw the last video, this is kind of how the waiting on list came on for all my gifts and stuff like that. If you remember, I had a lot of kind of tracking of gifts and Christmas cards and wrapping gifts and all of that, and I'm happy to say that it really kept me on track in where I needed to be and what I needed to do. So I was, checking things off as they were coming in. I really took advantage of Black Friday and, Cyber Monday and that whole thing. So this really worked out for me. Just to kind of flip through here, this was my cover page. This was my calendar here with my goals and stuff. I kind of added the little doghouse from Charlie Brown there. My gratitude log is working out really, really nicely. Remember, I kind of went with the Christmas lights theme. My memories, my tracker is shaping up to be very good. This was my Christmas card list. Obviously, I have this covered up because I have addresses of a lot of people, so that had to be covered. But as you can see, I checked them off as I sent them, and so it, again, kept me on track what I needed to do. Then we get into the weeklies. Okay, now because Doodle With Us in December was back to the individual boxes for doodling and not the comprehensive picture, and because it was a Christmas countdown, a lot of you asked, well, why isn't there a printable? Because just the nature of the challenge was a little different from the other months, and so we kind of wanted to give you that flexibility of kind of doing whatever you wanted with it. And so a lot of people did it obviously in the individual boxes. Some of you still kept to the comprehensive picture, and we can't thank you guys enough for participating. You guys came up with fantastic doodles, and so that kind of dictated how my spreads were going to be for the month of December, counting down to Christmas. So this was the first week for December in my bullet journal, and so I did the doodles on the sides here, counting down, and then I had the little weather icon, the meals over here, and I kind of carried along the Christmas lights in this first week of December here, and I used my Tombos for this spread, and it really came out cute. So then for the week after that, I reverted back to an old spread that I had used, I think for the first time back in May. And I always find myself going back to it every now and then. So what I decided to do was, on the bottom here, I decided to dedicate that space for the doodles and move the to-do list, which was normally down here, up here. And so I colored it in as the week went on according to the prompts of the challenge. And so I loved how this came out, so much more than this one. And so I used the Tombos again for this spread, for last week, I should say. Okay, so, and I loved it. Then I was like, all right, maybe I'll take a break from the Tombos and then go back to my Prismacolor color pencils. And so this is what was this past week's spread, counting down to Christmas. And any of you who know, like, okay, when Christmas falls on a Sunday at the end of the week in the bullet journal, it was just like everything was meant to be. It wasn't like on a Wednesday and it was like awkward. It was just like beautiful. Like it all was like, okay, Sunday, end of the week, Christmas Day, boom, done. And it just, everything kind of like fell into place with the spread. Honestly, this has to be just the way it came out with the color pencils. It just looks a little more, I like the look of it better, to be honest with you. It was such a fun spread to do. Honestly, this has to be up there with one of like my top 3 favorite spreads I've ever done. It just really came out fantastic. And it really kind of like proved to me what I'm capable of doing. And so I know there are a lot of people that are very minimalist. I switch back and forth. But for this particular week, I kind of wanted to do something different and kind of out there and like challenge myself. And I really felt like I did that, and I'm really happy with the results. So counting down again according to the prompts, and then so yesterday was or Sunday I should say was the last day of the challenge. We figured we'd do only 25 prompts because, you know, it's a busy time of year, easier for people to catch up, and so it really turned out really good, and I'm really proud of myself. All right, so then we are on to this week. I still use this same spread. I haven't posted this on Instagram just yet, so you guys are getting kind of like a first sneak peek here. But this is what I'm going with for this week, as again, New Year's Day falls on a Sunday at the end of the week, so I kind of wanted to do a goodbye 2016, hello 2017 spread. Still not done yet. I'm thinking here to do obviously a to-do list and maybe notes over here. We'll figure it out. But yeah, for those of you that were wondering, I do color along as the week goes on. I don't do everything all at once. It's just not realistic. So yeah, but the doodles I did, and it really came out great. Again, I'm challenging myself. And so this is basically going to end out December. And if you remember, I said for December's layout that I had already kind of earmarked the pages for the weeklies using the washi tape. And so of course this will conclude that. So then with the end of the year, I reflected and I put on the back page here my top 10 moments of 2016. Starting my blog, starting this channel, you know, discovering bullet journaling for the very first time, and just really, I feel like I found my niche creatively. You know, celebrating my son's first birthday, going on vacation, going back to work, you know, it was, and so on. It was, I felt like focusing on the positives was a good thing. And so it was nice to kind of reflect and see where the year had taken me. Did I meet all the goals that I wanted to? No, but that's okay. I grew, and I'm hoping that that growth will take me into 2017 and I'll be able to do better things. So before I got into January, and this is kind of like the whole bulk of the video and what I want to talk about, I did a 2017 kind of like, think of it as a little intermission in my bullet journal before I jump into January. So 2017, everyone's talking about a word of the year. And so I had picked one, and this spread that I put on Instagram the other day got a big response. And so this is kind of what I went with here. I was inspired by Boss Girl Bujo on Instagram. And as far as kind of just sitting down and figuring out how the word of the year that you chose is going to apply, or how you're going to apply it in all aspects of your life. So I picked purpose. Excuse me. for my word of the year. And so I put the dictionary definition just in case I lose sight of what it means, or I feel like I'm veering off of the true meaning of it. And then I found this Diana Ross quote, which kind of like struck a chord with me. And it basically says, you can't just sit there and wait for people to give you that golden dream. You've got to get out there and make it happen for yourself. And so 2017 is going to be a year, I think, for me of, what truly makes me happy, be present and in the moment, have fun while you're doing it, embrace your mistakes and become a better person because of those mistakes, but really doing everything with intention and asking yourself why you're doing the things that you're doing and how is it going to lead to your ultimate goal. What is the purpose of this, and what is my true purpose? And so I need to focus on things that are going to be fulfilling and not really waste my time, but help me become the better version of myself. And so what I also did to kind of really bring it home is there is this website, and it's called myintent.org. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's basically what's your word. It's kind of like based on this whole notion of choosing a word and sticking to it. And so I got this bracelet from the website, and it has the word purpose on it to kind of constantly remind me of what it is that and what the goal is and what I want for myself. So yeah, I'll have this linked below, but this is myintent.org, and I think it's like $18 or something, and the cord comes in all these different colors, and I got the cream one because it kind of goes with more of the stuff that I wear, but I was like, it was very fitting for the moment that I was in and really kind of wanting to bring it home. And so I kind of did this whole spread dedicated to how I can live my life with more purpose in 2017. And the bracelet is a constant reminder for the new year of how, if I ever feel like I'm not living up to it, it's a constant reminder of what I need to do. So then to take it a step further, for the bullet journal, I don't think this is going to carry me to the end of 2017, but the notion is that for each cover page for a new month, I'm going to put a quote on dealing with purpose, finding your purpose. And so what I did was every month, starting with January, quotes for my word of the year. So anything pertaining to purpose in my life, I'm going to document here. So I started with January, and I could have chosen them all out, but I really feel like it has to be a fluid process, and it has to hit me at that moment. So let's say come beginning of February or March, wherever I'm at in my life, that quote really needs to hit home. And so that's why I kind of left the rest of these blank as I kind of go on my journey here. And so in addition to this, on my Instagram last week, I had shown you guys this other weekly journaling thing, 52 Lists for Happiness by Moria Seal. And I, again, had stumbled across this, as the end of the year winds down, like just kind of doing things to center myself again. And so this is 52 weeks. So this is only once a week. Weekly journaling, inspiration for positivity, balance, and joy. So just so you guys can take a quick look here. It's divided into, I believe, 4 different sections. So I guess quarterly, if you will. And so the first 13 weeks are about reflection, and it gives you prompts for each week, things that make you happy right now, what is your routine in a personal life like. And so the first quarter is about reflection. The second is about acknowledging things like that you're passionate about, or what you're into at the moment. Okay, so it gives you all the prompts here. Third quarter of the year, you're talking about what you want to invest in, or what you're invested in. And then the last quarter of the year is about transforming yourself. It was just to kind of really make you think and reflect on where you're at and where you want to be. And it's really, really cute. And the fact that it's only, you know, once a week, it's really not going to be that time consuming. And let's be serious, a lot of us that are into bullet journaling love making lists. So I felt like this was appropriate. So I'm really going to try and stick to this, but a lot of you were curious about this, and so this is what I'm going to try and stick to for 2017. And it even tells you like actionable steps that you could take to reflect on whatever you wrote down and kind of gain the wisdom that you need to become a better person. So yeah, and each quarter has a little cover page, really nice pictures. I mean, it's a beautiful book. I believe Amazon, I think, has it for like $11. So yeah, and it's like, look at that rose gold. It's like beautiful. So I'm planning on using this in conjunction with, you know, my word of the year and stuff, and we'll see how it goes. You know, it's going to be a journey. Okay, and then for the 2017, and also this is for my goals, 18 things I want to get done before 2018. So I have to make that list. So that's going to go there. And then we get into January. I did something very different here. So you see that quote that I had here? I put it here on the cover page for January. And so as you will notice, with the cover page, it's Winter Wonderland for January. I think of January, I think of snow, lots of snow. And so, you know, we're in the thick of winter, and that's what I went with. I used Tombows for this. For those of you that are curious, for this page, I kind of did like an abstract little like scribble scrabble thing, and then I took my Uniball Signo pen with the white gel to do the lettering. Okay, I wanted it to be a little more contrast, but I think it came out pretty good considering. But these are the 4 colors that I used: Tombow 553 and 60. 451, which is the light blue, and then 620. So this is kind of like the 4 colors that I went with, okay, for this page. Then when I get into the spreads, I believe I eliminate this one, okay? So it's these 3 colors that I use for the following spreads. But so this is my Hello January, okay, very similar to December. I kept the same calendar thing. Goals will go here. I might add a cute like polar bear or penguin or something down here with the snowflakes. Okay. Again, using those Tombow dual brush markers. Gratitude log for January, very much the same. Okay, using those colors. January memories, and my January tracker. I kept it the same as December. Didn't really do much of anything as far as changing it. And then we have Doodle with Us in January. The printable we do have for this month, so you can go on my website at alexandraplans.com. It's up there ready for you to print. And we're going to go back to the big picture, the comprehensive picture. And again, it's a Winter Wonderland theme. So that's where we're kind of at for this. And then here will be the dailies, weeklies, and I'm probably going to finish them off. I have a snowflake washi tape that I'm probably going to finish these edges off with, and that is going to be pretty much it for January. That's what I have right now anyway. As far as doing like resolutions and stuff, I'm not a big fan of that. I think, you know, we kind of set ourselves up for failure when we're like, you know, I'm going to lose weight. It has to be an ongoing process, like a fluid process. And so I'm not going to do anything related to like resolutions or anything like that. But again, if I do find anything that catches my eye, I'll definitely put it in here. But this is where we're at so far, you know, trying to get our minds right here for 2017, picking our word of the year and everything. And some people have taken this a step further, you know, making reading lists based on their word of the year that kind of help promote, you know, as you're discovering ways you can apply your word of the year for, you know, obviously personal development and things like that. But that is pretty much it, guys. This is, if you have any questions on any of the things that I have mentioned, please comment down below. I will have the book listed. I will have the website for this, for myintent.org, if you are curious or you want to check out getting the bracelet and things like that. But again, yeah, let's do this. I'm ready for 2017. Bring it. If you want to join the Doodle With Us in January challenge, you have a couple days to get yourself set up to do that. And I wish you guys a great end to 2016. Let's ring in 2017 on a positive note. And I am so happy that this year, out of all things, that I really discovered this community, and it has really, really brought out like the best in me creatively. And I'm forever thankful for that, and for all of you who watch and follow me on Instagram. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, guys, bye, and have a great and happy and healthy new year.